Hey folks, this is Mary. Welcome back to my channel. So Christmas has come again in the Mary household. A lovely gift from Santa Ink Journal. But I have to tell you, the package was a little concerning. Can you see this? The label was not stuck on. So I don't know what happened there. It's been raining here. I don't know if it came unstuck. So I hope all of my bits are in the box. I also suspect my mail carrier. Not to say anything bad against the Postal Service. I am a dedicated user of the Postal Service, but I tell you what, my mailman is out to get me. So if anything happened to this package, I blame my mailman. And I know he's not watching, so he can't say anything. But anyway. Ooh, and also it was sitting on my porch and there were some bugs crawling around on it. So if I scream, you'll know what happened. Okay. So as usual, we are going to swatch our samples first and look at the goodies second and give the samples a chance to dry. And then third, review our swatches. So here is our packet of samples. And this month we have Private Reserve. Private Reserve was one of the few companies in the US that produced a wide spectrum of bold ink colors. Yafa Brands rebooted the company in 2021 with a complete range of colors. And I have to tell you, I have quite a few bottles of Private Reserve ink that I got over at the Norfolk Stationery. And some of them are looking a little questionable. And now that I know that Private Reserve is up and running again, I'm wondering if I shouldn't just chuck all of those old bottles and get some new ones. So I'm very interested to see what these inks look like. And perhaps if I can dig through my samples, dig through my swatch cards, maybe we can look at my old formula ones. So this will be interesting. Ooh. Get our little bottles lined up here. All right. Okay, bottles making shadows, bottles making shadows. So we will put them on the side. All righty. And I will just go down the list with the colors. Yet another fresh stack of swatch cards. I swear I'm making these cards every other day. Gus must be eating them. Gus is eating my swatch cards because I go through them so quickly. Okay, so first up we have Daphne Blue. Are we focusing? I've got the ceiling fan on, so I hope it's not making the lighting look weird. It would really suck if I have to reshoot the video after this. But we'll see. Okay, so I do have Daphne Blue in my collection. One of the first things I purchased in my fountain pen journey was over at the Norfolk Stationery. I had heard about sample vials, of course, watching Goulet videos, as everyone does when they're just getting started. And they were talking about samples, ordering samples. Well, I hadn't ordered anything online yet, and I guess I was a little nervous about ordering anything online. So I was over at the Norfolk Stationery and I asked them if they had samples. Well, of course they don't, because, you know, they aren't the huge sellers of ink that some places are. But they did have these cute little, like, sampler packages of ink. I'll go grab one in a minute and show it to you guys. But one of the ones I purchased was all different blue inks. And one of those blue inks was Daphne Blue. It was 4 blue inks. And one of them was Daphne Blue. So, oh, and I don't have an ink vial holder over here. Okay, nobody sneeze. So this is Private Reserve. And I'm going to put a little new up here. And it's also a sample, if I can remember what my abbreviations mean. And this is Daphne Blue. It seems very wet. It's flowing off of the gold nib. It's flowing off of the glass nib very, very well, very quickly. Oh, and let's read what it says about Daphne Blue. This light reflection, excuse me. This light I cannot say that word. This light, refreshing blue ink can be enjoyed poolside on a hot summer day. Well, we all know about hot summer days now, don't we? Because summer is here. Let me see. My mom used to have Daphne bushes by her front door, and I believe they had white flowers, so I'm not sure where the Daphne comes in with the Daphne Blue. They were beautiful bushes, and they smelled heavenly. But they didn't live very long, and I don't think Daphne plants are very long-lived. Well, the ink seems to be kind of breaking a little bit. I wonder if that's from something on my fingers or just a component of the ink. And I'm trying to do a drip. He ain't dripping. Okay. So we're going to set him aside to dry. And let's put our cap back on before we have a catastrophe. All right, next up we have Vampire Red. And this is one that I don't have. They had a pretty good selection of Private Reserve inks over at the Norfolk Stationery, and also at Pen Lovers Paradise, which is a bit longer of a drive away from me. But, you know, of course the company was having trouble, and both of those pen shops were having trouble refilling their Private Reserve inks, so they didn't have any for a long time. So this is Private Reserve Vampire Red. It's looking very brown, and this is a new sample. I'm not a big fan of red. I do like my reds to be on the darker side, and this one is definitely, I mean, it's like brown almost. Very unusual. All right, everybody share their favorite vampire movie. You know you have one. Let's see. Oh, and let's read our description. More like the color of dried blood, this reddish-brown color has nice shading. Yes, I would definitely call that brown. Interesting. So I wonder if Yafa Brands, when they revived the name, if they're using the same formula, the same equipment. Oh, I forgot my drip. Because this is definitely like, well, I don't know what the original color looked like. But yeah, I would not call that red. That looks more like ancient copper to me. Interesting. But it'll be interesting to see what that looks like when it dries. I don't know if I have a favorite vampire movie, but oh my goodness, have you ever seen Nosferatu? That like 1920 black and white silent film? It is terrifying. I know it's in black and white, and I know it's a silent film, but it is terrifying. And you can see in that movie how so many modern movies have been based on things in that movie. Fascinating stuff. All right, next up we have Blue Suede. Blue Suede. This velvety, saturated greenish blue shades well with a hint of sheen. Ooh la la. That sounds lovely. I'm really glad that Private Reserve is coming back. I know people have had trouble with mold in the inks. As I suspect I have trouble myself with the inks that I have, but their colors are so pretty. And I know there's got to be a way to formulate the ink so mold doesn't grow in it. And the ink is so great, even the mold wants to be there. No, that's terrible. Let's see. Blue Suede. It seems to be reluctant to come off of the glass nib. Interesting. But yeah, definitely teal territory. Let's see. Alrighty. Ooh, what a pretty color. Very nice. Kind of reminds me of Monteverde iced cookie. Very pretty. Not much of a drip though. Just a little blob. All right, next up we have Purple Mojo. Oh, I don't have Blue Suede. I think I might have Purple Mojo. When I heard that the company might be going under, I was over at Pen Lovers Paradise, and she had well, I can't say she had a bunch of ink because her supply was running out, but of the ink that she had left, I bought several different bottles, and I can't remember if Purple Mojo was one of them. I know it was one of the ones I was thinking about buying because, you know, I had picked out like 5 or 6 and I couldn't possibly buy 5 or 6 bottles of ink. So I had to pick out just the ones that I really wanted. Of course, I really want all of them. Ooh, this one seems really wet. Private Reserve, and this is the new formula, and it is a sample. And this is Purple Mojo. And this seems like a very nice dark purple ink. Ooh, it is turning my water purple too. Let's see. All right. And Mr. Q-tip. And, ooh, let's read our description here. Get into a writing groove with this vibrant, deep purple ink. Yes, we all need our writing mojo. Oh, wow, that's lovely. I don't know what is going on with this paper, though. All the inks seem to be struggling on it, but it's the same watercolor paper I always use. I don't know. It makes me wonder if it's something to do with the ink or something to do with the paper. I don't know. We got a little bit of a drip there, so that should be interesting. I'm getting the blue suede all over the place though. All right. And who do we have next? Private Reserve American Blue. Here is American Blue. This rich, bold blue color flows nicely with a hint of purple sheen. This is another one that I don't have. I mean, they have dozens of colors, so I don't have more of them than I do have, if you know what I mean. Ooh, this does look very nice. Let's see. Private Reserve. Blue. Very nice. I like that very much. And it wasn't coming off of the glass nib very well. I don't think I dipped the nib completely. So it kind of looks like it's doing a lot of shading, but I think that's just from the glass nib not being completely saturated. Okay, and ooh, that's very nice. Ooh, this is supposed to have a hint of sheen. I do like my hints of sheen. Oh my goodness. I got out some organic studio nitrogen the other day and put it in a pen with a fine nib. And I was thinking that the fine nib would kind of tame the sheen a little bit and I wouldn't dislike it as much as I usually do, but nope. Still don't like it. It has so much sheen that that beautiful blue ink just turns pink. If I wanted a pink ink, I would use a pink ink. So, but a hint of sheen just makes everything more interesting. I don't like the sheen to overtake it, you know? All right, the final two. Next up we have Ebony Purple. So dark it could be considered black ink. This saturated purple has a rich sheen. Now I do have Ebony Purple. One of the other sets that I bought at the Norfolk Stationery was for ebony inks. Unfortunately, I had the ebony brown in my purse because I was trying to participate in 30 inks 30 days a couple of years ago, and I was running behind and I hadn't inked my pen, so I threw the ebony brown in my purse and I was going to ink up my pen at work and I forgot it was in my purse and it didn't break, but somehow the top came unscrewed. So the entire inside of my purse was brown. So I have no more ebony brown ink, and I wish I had kept the bottle because I could have just gotten a sample and refilled it, but at that time I couldn't get any more of the ebony brown, so I just tossed it. But also in hindsight, I could have saved the bottle to use it for something else. But anyway, it's gone. Alas. And I keep talking about ebony brown, so I have to make sure that I write this ink, which is Ebony Purple. And this is the new formula, and it's a sample. Woo! And my fingers are getting all inky, as always happens. You can't help but get a little inky, which is part of the fun. Alrighty. Oh my, this is very wet and very dark. Woo! Ooh, it's lightening up a little towards the bottom, but still it's a very deep dark, like smoky purple, like grayish purple. Ooh, well, that's quite pretty. It'll be interesting to see how that dries. All right, and for our final ink, it is Private Reserve. Oh my goodness, let me put the cap back on this one. Dear, dear, dear. Okay, and this is Avocado. This fresh green ink has yellow and blue undertones to give it a pleasant look on paper. Well, let us just see how pleasant this looks on paper. Although I have to say the watercolor paper does not always show the inks at their best, but it does give us an idea. All right, let's see. And this is Avocado. avocado. I have to say, I think I'm the only person in America who does not like avocado. But they just do not agree with me at all. I know so many people are crazy about guacamole and they put sliced avocado on their sandwiches. And I swear I cannot get sushi that does not have avocado in it. Ugh. No, thank you. Okay, for our final swatch, I'm sure I will like this ink better than I like the thing that it's named after. Ooh, well that is a nice bright kind of grass green. But she ain't a dripping. Yeah, hardly any of these drip. Oh, he's trying to. A little bit. Okay. So I will recap this guy and set him aside. And we will set our cards aside. And I keep turning away from the camera. I hope you guys can hear me okay. So now we shall look at our goodies, which may or may not have bugs on them. So please excuse me if I scream. Ta-da! Alrighty, so we are going to turn our little paper over and ooh, it's a Nebula Notebook. I bought a couple of the original Nebula Notebooks over at the Norfolk Stationery, but I don't think they make those anymore. Those were just they were bound on the side, but it was kind of a tear out pad, like a writing pad. So they weren't permanently bound, they weren't securely bound, but it was Tomoe River Paper. It was beautiful paper. Okay, so what does this say? Oh, and I love the color too. It's kind of an avocado green. Actually, I would not call that avocado. Ooh, this is actually oil green. Huh. Oil green. I'm sorry, there's a glare from the light. It's very pretty, kind of a grayish green. Okay, what does this say about the Nebula Note, the Nebula Casual Note? This casual spiral-bound notebook may look like an ordinary item you might find at an office supply store, yet it has just the right amount of embellishments suited for the fountain pen enthusiast. Iridescent twinkling stars accentuate the flexible color cover. Oh, let me take the plastic off of this thing. Oh, I don't want to tear the label. Why are we so stuck on saving labels? I don't know, but look, it's a cute little spaceman. He's adorable. I can't get rid of that. Gosh. Isn't Nebula related to Colorverse ink? Maybe? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm reading. Okay, so lovely stars, flexible cover, and it's kind of a cardstock cover, like a textured kind of cover. 90 GSM, white paper, considered ink proof, resisting feathering or bleed through. Feel free to test it using a broad stub or flex nib. Well, I have a glass nib that's pretty wet, so we will test it out. The Nebula Casual Notes dotted grid format. Can we see the dotted grid? I can't tell if that's focusing, but yeah, we could see the dots. Is flexible for use as a journal, planner, idea scratch pad, and more. To share your ideas or throw out the first draft, each page is perforated for clean and easy removal. Alrighty. I love those stars. That is so cute. It's very subtle, but so pretty. And then on the back, it says Nebula Casual Note. 90 GSM ink-proof white paper, detachable, 100 pages. Cool. And what is this? This is the Midori Habit Tracker journal stickers. Accompanying this month's notebook are habit tracker stickers to help build daily habits. Whether you're looking to read 20 minutes, go for a daily walk, or journal every day, these stickers are a fun way to positively reinforce desired habits. Attach the habit tracker like a bookmark in your journal. Let's see. Title the top. Oh, I see. So it's open like this, and then you just put it around your paper like that, and there you go. And then it has a little tab at the top, so when you close it, you can say, oh, there's my tracker, and you can go right to it. Well, that's very cool. So then you write the title at the top. So right here, I feel like I'm a mile away from the camera, but you can write the title right at the top. And carefully peel off the sticker. Oh, so they're like Post-it notes. So you can peel it off, and it's sticky. It's not very sticky. It's sticky like washi tape, so it won't damage anything. But also, since it's not very sticky, it might fall out. I mean, it's a very gentle adhesive. I mean, I think Post-it notes might be stickier than that. So if you're worried about it falling out, I would probably reinforce that with a piece of washi. So let's get a close look at that. And what else does it say? Then highlight or color each day that you complete the activity. What habits are you looking to start or continue during the summer? Well, I've already told you that I want to do one pen, one journal in July. So that is going to be my goal for the summer. Oh, look, it's so cute. This one has circles. This one has squares. And this one has hearts. And it's purple. That is so cute. I really like that. That's nice. Okay, so I am going to try writing in our notebook with our ink-proof paper with my glass nib. Oh dear, I forgot our sticker. Look, it's so cute. That is a fabulous sticker. He looks very angry though, but he shouldn't be angry because he's holding a fountain pen. Holding a fountain pen should make you happy. Holding a fountain pen makes me very happy. Whew. It just calms my nerves when I get my pen in my hand. I feel much better. Have to have pens around me at all times. But he's a cutie. I like that. I think I've mentioned before, I've been watching this channel on YouTube called Octolab. And it's a lab where they study octopus. And they do all of these experiments with them. Nothing harmful. Just like intelligence tests to see, you know, how they think and what they do. And it is fascinating. I mean, the octopus, I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. The octopus will look at the puzzle. I mean, they have their tentacles and they just like swamp the object. And then they go away. They let go of the object and they have to back up and like think about what they're doing. And you can really tell that they're thinking. They're so amazing. And then they come back and try again. Okay, I'm going to start with this American blue because it's blue. And I'm me, so that's what I do. Okay. So I zoomed in a little bit so you guys can see, and I hope you can see. All right, so this is Private Reserve American Blue. And do I have enough ink on here to write a sentence? Let's see. Hope I'm not shaking the camera too much. My goodness. That is a lovely ink. And it's one that I don't have yet. Oh my goodness, a blue ink that I don't have. I have to remedy this situation immediately. Now, is this one that's supposed to have sheen? Let me see. A hint of purple sheen. Do we see a hint of purple sheen? Not really. But that's okay. So let's look at the other side. Oh, first of all, is it dry? Yep, it seemed to dry fairly quickly. I mean, it's been sitting for a few seconds. And we're looking at the other side. And wow. It barely ghosted. I mean, barely. You would have to know there was writing on the other side to see that. Wow, that's pretty impressive. I like it. The paper feels nice. It's not perfectly smooth. It has a little bit of texture to it. And I love this cover. I love the color of the cover. I wonder if the covers come in different colors. And I love those stars. Those are adorable. Okay. Let us look at our ink. There is, oh, Private Reserve, Daphne Blue, and the glass nib is trying to get away. Private Reserve, Daphne Blue. Looks like it's got some nice shading. I don't see any sheen. Very bright blue, very bright. Oh, let me back out a little bit, my goodness. Very bright. And who do we have next? Vampire Red. There might be some kind of something going on there. Not exactly sheen, but maybe like a dark sheen. I don't know. But it's pretty. It's a pretty brownish color. And here is Blue Suede. And that does have some sheen. Are we seeing the sheen? It's so hard to tell. But yep, that is a lovely teal. And again, this was the one where I thought I hadn't dipped the nib properly, so it kind of looks like it's shading, but I think that was just the glass nib not being fully saturated. But that's very pretty. And here is Private Reserve, Purple Mojo. And he definitely has some sheen going on. Look at that green sheen. Whew. Very cool. That is a nice solid purple. It's not kind of blue, it's not kind of red, it is just purple. And I love that green sheen. That's very cool. Very nice. I like that one a lot. Okay, let's everybody move up. Move up, move up. And then we have the American Blue that I just tried. And yeah, I see some sheen on our little blob, and also right here where the ink went on a little bit thicker, there's kind of some sheen. Very cool. And here is the Ebony Purple. And this has got some crazy green sheen going on. My goodness. This looks very Halloween-y. This dark, moody purple with the green sheen. Seems like a Halloween kind of ink. I don't see the sheen on the writing though. Just on the swatch. Interesting. And very different from the purple Mojo, which is a much brighter, more vibrant purple. But they both have that greenish sheen. Very interesting. And last but not least, we have Avocado. And it looks like he might try to have a little bit of sheen right there, but not too much on the writing. But still a nice green color. I was thinking it looked kind of a grass green before, but now that it's dried, it looks a little bit darker. Very pretty. Alrighty. Well, that is our ink journal subscription box for this month. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Our little ink buddy here. And I hope to see you again soon. So until next time, take care. Bye-bye. Just kidding, I'm back. I forgot to show you my other private reserve inks. So, I wasn't able to find all of my swatch cards, but I did find Daphne Blue. So here is my original Daphne Blue, and here is the new one. And I don't know, the old one seems more saturated, but that just could have been the variances of the swatching. I don't know. They do look pretty different. But again, it's hard to tell on a swatch card with a glass nib. And I don't think, I didn't find my Ebony Purple card. I have some other cards though. I don't know if anybody wants to see those. Let me see. Oh, but here's Iced Cookie. I wanted to compare Iced Cookie to the Private Reserve Blue Suede. And they seem pretty similar, right down to that red shimmer. So, yeah, if you've got some Iced Cookie, you probably don't need to get any Blue Suede. Blue Suede is very pretty though. And yeah, these two I might have. I couldn't find the cards, but we'll save that for another day. And here is one of the little sets that I got. I'm going to take the lid off so it doesn't glare. But this is the blue set. So we've got Daphne Blue, Naples Blue, Lake Placid Blue, and Midnight Blues. And I think I found all of those cards if you're interested. Here's Naples Blue. This is a crazy sheener. I haven't seen the new formula of it, so I don't know if it's as sheeny as the old formula, but this is right up there with nitrogen. I mean, it is just a crazy sheen monster. It's very pretty, but lots of sheen. And here is the Midnight Blues, which I think is very nice, very pretty. Hint of red sheen, but just a beautiful blue ink. And then there is the Lake Placid Blue, which is okay. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's okay. And honestly, the Daphne Blue is not my favorite. No mark against Private Reserve. I just, my favorite turquoise is Noodler's Navajo Turquoise. But anyway, that really is all that time. Oh, I guess I should have taken one of the bottles out. Here is the cute little bottle. I want to say these are 10 milliliters. But they are just super cute little bottles. The dickens to get ink out of because they're so squat. But they're so cute, and of course I threw away my ebony brown bottle. So I've got the blue set and I've got the ebony set, which is ebony blue, ebony green, ebony brown, and ebony purple. But no more brown. But they're super cute little bottles. It's like a little baby bottle. Okay, that really is all for this time. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.